I really worry about is the movie business. I know John doesn't fight me on this because he doesn't watch a lot of movies in theaters anymore. But a big thing just happened with Wolves, everybody. Wolves 2 has been canceled because Jon Watts said he had the whole script going. He was supposed to go into theaters, and Apple changed it, and then it made him really mad, and he walked away. Can we talk about that in our featured story of the night? This is the interchanging way that things are happening with the streaming world right now, because Wolves was this big show that came out, Apple TV Plus. You got Brad Pitt, you got Clooney in this, you got Jon Watts, director of all the Spider-Man movies. This movie came out. And before, when he wrote the movie and he started writing a second one immediately for it, they said we're going to theaters for this. Theaters, and then streaming. And then right before it came out, a week before it came out, they took it away. Like, we're limited our theaters, and we're going to go to streaming. And Jon Watts got pissed. And so now Apple TV Plus is saying, we're canceling doing a second one. We're canceling it. And now he came forward and said, no, Apple didn't cancel this. I canceled this. I walked away. I took my script and I went home, took my ball, and I went home because, honestly, you guys lied to me. I don't trust Apple anymore. At least I do not trust Apple anymore, so I will not work for them. Are more directors going to do this? Wolves just came out not too long ago on Apple TV Plus. Again, Wolves... Bad in grammar, but it's fine. Wolves came out. People had a good play on words. They thought it was. A second one was supposed to come, but I worry about the future of the business here too, because I think more directors might do this. This happened again with Roadhouse. The director was supposed to go to theaters. Roadhouse, it didn't happen. The director got really pissed. There's this whole back and forth with Amazon and the director, Jake Gyllenhaal. You got Brad Pitt, and you also have on top of this Clooney that are not happy they didn't go to theaters the way it was supposed to either. So is this going to be a problem for the business? GR, we talk about this all the time. Movie business is amazing. Theater's experience is fantastic. I know Jonathan's hesitant about it, but GR, what do you think? Are more directors going to step up and fight the whole timetable and the whole going directly to streaming? Or do you think that would be okay? We're still going to just do both and make it all work?
I think they're definitely going to fight it. They want that people in the seats. I mean, there's a whole different experience seeing a movie on a big screen in your house and seeing it on a big screen in a theater. I mean,
it's a massive difference.
Massive. I mean, I know Jonathan doesn't think so. I can see him shaking his head over there.
I'm just thinking physically.
And he's allowed to be wrong,
Well done, sir. Well done.
He's allowed to be done, GR says. You know what I mean? Wrong, you won't be wrong. But GR, do you see do you think that Jon Watts? But do you see Jon Watts being the catalyst? Because he's been doing some big movies. Could he be the catalyst to make this kind of movement to stop this direct to streaming?
I don't know if he's going to be the sole catalyst. I think it's going to come down to I'd say a group thing, because all of when you're making a picture, you want it to be seen where it should be seen.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the experience.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the difference between I watched. You and I have seen a few movies together, Brian, now, and the difference between watching them in the theater and watching them here on a big screen in the house is night and day.
Yeah. It's a massive difference, GR. And I think that Brad Pitt and George Clooney could step forward too and cause more problems for this too. I mean, people listen to Clooney apparently on everything. So maybe Clooney would say something and maybe it would cause a problem, for that, because the back end points, getting that theater money, that's a big thing for a lot of actors too. And I worry about the dying film business and the dying movie business, I should say. I worry about that all the time. And then there's less and less people doing it. Val, we've talked about this all the time. There's a bunch of movies that are just not getting the numbers. We were just talking about, Wicked is a big thing, of course, but a lot of movies aren't getting those numbers. Do you think your generation's rather watch streaming than actually go and sit with a popcorn bucket in the theater?
Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of people, if it's not something that they're a diehard fan of, or has great marketing that appeals to a lot of people. For example, when the Barbie movie came out, it was a huge thing that everybody went to the movie theater and wore a pink outfit. And that was, oh, we're going to see Barbie and we're wearing pink. And that's what you did. And But with other movies that people might just want to see casually, I think people my age just would just not go and wait until it's on streaming. And I think that's really unfortunate because that's a pretty, that's a pretty great experience and, supports the industry. It's unfortunate.
I mean, I grew up that way too, going to the theaters, get that popcorn bucket, you go out there and just have a good time with the family and on friends and stuff like that. It's always been fun. It's crazy to see that movement kind of change. Do you think that Clooney or Brad Pitt would be people that step up and be like, no, this got to end right now. We got to keep the theaters alive?
Hopefully. I mean, I feel like people would listen to the two of them, like at least like their voice.
Yeah, their voices seem strong enough, Val. Their voices do seem strong enough that they would maybe be able to do something about it. But I don't know. It's fascinating to see because, again, they are producers and stuff. They are producing. They understand, too. They're probably getting back-end points other ways, Jonathan, probably. How contracts go. Do you think that these guys are going to be like, this is fine. This is the business now, and I just take it?
What I think is that we're looking at this a little bit, I don't know, maybe we're skewed in this. We're talking about the experience, going to the theater, and it's fun, and we get dressed up, and there's a difference between watching it on a big... That's for the audience. The people that make those movies, I don't think they really care if you're watching it in a theater or at home. It's not about butts in seats. It's about dollars in accounts. So as long as you're paying for that content and not pirating it or sneaking into the movie theater, I think they're happy. And I was just thinking while you guys were talking about this, it's like, all right, if you're going to buy a car, do you buy this new Hummer EV convertible online or at the dealership? Chevrolet, is it Chevrolet? I think they don't care as long as you buy the car. If you're going to buy things like normal things, Halloween costumes, vacuum cleaners, chicken noodle soup, do you go to Walmart or do you order it from Walmart.com? Walmart doesn't care. Just order it from Walmart, buy it from Walmart, and they're happy.
Yeah,
How about
they're getting their money?
Control? Do you watch it on YouTube or Rumble or X? Brian doesn't care. Just watch it.
Just watch it.
So I think going to the theater, that's only for the audience, really, or the people that own the theater, I guess. And I can understand that that's some people's preference. For me, I like to be able to pause it, get up. I'm not a movie theater guy. Doesn't mean I won't go, but it's not for me. So if they decide to pull it from the theater, but they're still releasing it online and streaming, everybody relax. They're still putting your movie out there to millions of people. You're going to be okay.
It's still going to go out there, but people are worried about that, though. I mean, people are worried about a lot of actors are. The director coming forward and saying this is Superman. You think Jon Watts will work with Apple again?
I don't know. If they're putting movies out and people are watching and consuming and paying for them, who cares the size of the screen or where that screen is located? Just keep watching movies. Keep paying for and consuming content. And I think, as I've said before, we're all gonna be okay.
Jonathan's very optimistic about all this.
It's been a day. It's been a day of people freaking out. Not just during the show, but my day outside of this. But I just think everybody needs to calm down. We survived COVID. We can get through this.
And we can get through Wolf's not coming back. I just think that it's a movement that could happen. And I think this movement's kind of a thing that's been kind of growing with a lot of directors. Nolan fought it, and that was a big thing with him. And again, WB, he left WB and went to Universal now. I think some directors are fighting it, so it makes me wonder if they will actually come together, and actually fight this as like a big thing, like directors and actors. It could be, but you're right. They're still making the money if they make their money, but if they start losing their money, Jonathan, because as you see people lose money, that's when I think the situation will grow and maybe it'll become bigger.
There you go. And if that happens, then the market will adjust.
Yeah. Val, is the movie industry going to be okay? Are we just freaking out about all this stuff today? Are we going to be okay?
I'm certainly listening to Jonathan's like wonderful mix of realism and optimism. It makes me feel very grounded. But yes, we're gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I think we'll always have the option to go and dress up and see our favorite movie, hopefully.
I hope so.
Val,
I
I
love movie
heard a
theaters.
quote. Oh, sorry, Brian.
Go get it.
That's
Get
just
it.
I heard a quote. I don't
That's
remember
your quote.
don't remember where I heard it or who said it, but it kind of struck me. We are now, right now, in what they call the new, true golden age of television again, because only back in like the 50s, 60s, whatever, or maybe it's I don't know when the original one was. Okay, but everybody was watching TV. They were watching shows that were being broadcast through major networks or cable or whatever it was, right? But they're saying now there's more options out there, more shows, more content to pay for and watch than ever before. To people who work in entertainment, who work in film and television, that is wonderful news. You can right now go on to Roku, Hulu, whatever,
Tubi.
all of those, and click
Yeah.
on something that is terrible, had a shoestring budget, but you know what? Those people got some money for it, and you can go watch them on your TV right now. And I think that's kind of cool because they're getting paid for it. It's not just like YouTube, right? Which some people are making money from that too. But I think when we look at what's really happening in this business, so when you, well done. But when you look at what's really happening in this industry and in this business, I don't know if we've ever had so many options available to our customers and consumers. So I'm really not worried about where the industry is going. I just hope that we can continue to create great work, because when you overpopulate the marketplace with garbage, sometimes you lose a way to find those golden nuggets. So let's keep making good work. Let's support good actors, good directors. This Wolves thing, let's support them. If it's streaming, go watch it. Show that it's okay for it not to be in the theaters. All right, there it is. That's my time.
But I know, and people are being mad across the board always. Directors get mad, some actors get mad. We've had a bunch of different scenarios have come up ever since the streaming wars kind of started, if you ask me. And I think it is. Jonathan, I agree. There's a lot of stuff out there you can actually see. There was never that opportunity to see before. Look at this Pooniverse thing. We would never see that anywhere, and now you get it all over, right? It's everywhere now. It's on Peacock. It's out there. You can see Winnie the Pooh murder people, and you can see Tigger do all that. I know what you were thinking.
I hate it.
I know what you were thinking.
Wow, we went there right over. Okay, no segue. Go right into it.
And you can still see that stuff online, and there's an opportunity to see that as before there was. And I am still hopeful that movie theaters always exist. I love to go back to drive-ins. Those were fun. I love that we came back to those during COVID. That was amazing. Maybe we go back to drive-ins. That'd be amazing. Make a different experience. So we have people that want to come out to the theaters again. Maybe we have to adapt some more. And I think there are going to be some directors who are going to fight this. And I think it's going to take a coalition in order to change it, though. I think it's a coalition.
The Pooniverse. Terrible.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.